Okay, I'm ready. Just looks okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna wait until the screen get fixed before I start. Okay, screen has been fixed, so we are ready to start. Now it's time to enjoy Crash Bandicoot 3, but before I start my run, I'm gonna do a faster setup. The time is gonna start when I gain the control of Crash, but I'm gonna start the timer when I choose new game. And I'm gonna explain what I've done in a while, so be ready for the time. So 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, this is Crash Bandicoot 3 any person item glitch, which means that we need to go through the intended any person route think by the developers of the game without using any kind of major glitches in order to gain the crystals as fast as we can. So before I start my run, I have made that Crash lose a life because that resets the cycles in the game. So I can start with the second stage, which is under pressure. And the intended any person route is just to get all the 25 crystals and defeat Neo Cortex, which is the final boss of the game. This game was released back in 1998 for the PlayStation 1, and I'm playing this game on a PlayStation 2 since the console has a fast disk speed mode, which makes that the PS1 games disk spins faster, reducing by a lot the loading times. I think that it saves 2 minutes on this game. And also, before I enter to this stage, I have to deactivate the sound effects because there are some cutscenes that get activated in the game depending on the amount of your crystals or depending on which stages are you entering. When Aku Aku or the bad guys talks to you, Aku Aku is the mask that protects Crash and Coco. So if we deactivate them, the cutscenes got never triggered, saving like 40 seconds if I remember correctly. Maybe less. And the reason why I'm using the American version is because this is the optimal. Japanese version it's regular in some way, but sometimes it can crash randomly and the loading times are 0.3 seconds slower, making that for this category you lose 18 seconds. And well, on the PAL version, Crash moves faster in many stages, but in stages like this one with Coco, which is the Crash little sister, that she rides this little tiger called Pura, she moves slower, but the normal movement of Crash compensates it. Since the PAL version is faster in that way, it's hard because most of the boxes or the items and enemies were moved, and also some enemies are added that are not present on any of the NTSC versions. So that's the reason why nobody cares on the PAL version. Let's see if I got the color skip here. We can save 5 seconds, and no, I haven't got it. I have tried to set up a higher jump in order to make that I can skip that last animation that saves. That if I skip it, makes that should have saved 5 seconds. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get it, and during the run, I'm gonna be try to get focused on my masks because comparing this with Crash Bandicoot 2, which was, if I remember correctly, it was run by Stomp Dumpty on the past Valuethon. The masks on Crash 2 nerfs the neutral slide spin, which is the fastest movement technique during the game. We're gonna see the principal technique movement of this game on the next stage. So fortunately, the invincibility pace with 3 masks doesn't affect the movement. It also makes that you can go more faster. So the masks are important here because there are also some stages that doesn't have masks and are ones that quits you all your masks. So I'm gonna try to follow a route, and if I lose some masks, I'm gonna change my route for some backup strats in order to don't waste time. So this is stage number 5. It's a kind of auto-scroller and boring for this category, because I just need to keep pressing the cross button and I need to be moving during all the stage. Something boring. The full completion of this game is the 105%, which you can get. You will go out of all the time trials and the gems. Some special gems are the boxes gems that you can get if you catch all the boxes on the stage, but for this category they are not required. You just need to go for the crystals. And now it's time to move to the first stage of the game, which is Dot Village. Something good about this game is that the warp rooms, if you want, you cannot follow. Well, it's not. You shouldn't follow. You can. Well, if you want, you don't need to follow the order of the stages. You can complete them on the order that you want. So that's gonna help to us during this run. Going through some specific stages, trying to keep the masks. So the movement technique on this game is called neutral slide jump, which means that when I perform a slide pressing the circle or the R1 button and I release the D-pad or the analog stick before it finishes, I can press the jump button in order to keep the speed of the slide. And also if I mix this with the zigzagging, which is mashing up and left, up and right, or up right, up right or down right, I can make that crash moves a little faster than usual. And I'm using the D-pad to play this game because analog is slower. Now it's time to go to Boneyard, which is the fourth stage of this warp room and the only one that we haven't beat it for now. So the plot of this game is that this game starts where the second one finishes at 100% completion. That is when the Cortex Vortex station gets destroyed, and one part of the station falls into the earth, freezing Uka Uka, the evil twin of Aku Aku. And at the same time, Uka Uka gets mad with Cortex because he failed twice into dominating the world, but he feels pleased since he feels nice since he got freed from his jail. So he's gonna feel so generous with Cortex and he's gonna give him another opportunity, and they're gonna use the Nefarious Trophy Machine, which is the third boss of this game, in order to travel around the time, just to get all the crystals, gems, and relics in order to make that. Obviously that the bad guys doesn't get them. Well, they can use the energy to dominate the world, so Crash and Coco needs to get them first before the bad guys got him, just to make that they doesn't get their even plans. And also this game sometimes drops your inputs and doesn't recognize which inputs are you using, so I hope that doesn't troll me, because there are some specific spots that can make that the game trolls me and doesn't recognize what am I pressing. And this is the first boss fight, which is Tiny Tire, and we're gonna see a curious glitch here that happens on the NTSC-U version. On the NTSC-J this was patched, that if we skip faster the initial cutscene with pressing the triangle button, the music's not gonna start to play. The only way that the music can start to play is if we die, or if we get out of the stage and we enter and we don't skip the first cutscene faster. On the Japanese version this was patched. So this is an easy boss. He's gonna first jump 5 times, on the second pace he's gonna jump 6 times, and on the last one he's gonna jump 7 times, and I just need to spin over him when he finishes his jumps, and then I'm gonna get a power up. And there we go. First boss defeated. First warp room completed. And now it's time to move to the second warp room. If I have lost one mask or my 2 masks, I should have started to the stage number 6, which is the backup stage. I'm gonna keep it at the end just if I lose the mask. So for now I'm gonna move to the stage number 7, which is Humming Height. I need to be so careful. I'm gonna play a bit safely here because in my recent attempts I have died some parts here. And I need to keep the masks, mostly with this specific part, because if I don't have the masks, my movement is gonna be slow. You're gonna see when the invincibility effects finishes how slow is my movement. I tried to make this a bit safely. No, I have died. That was bad. And that was the checkpoint so close to it. So I'm gonna, after this stage, I'm gonna move to the stage number 6, which is my backup stage. The reason why that stage is a backup is because it has 3 masks. But at the same time, my start's gonna be slow. I'm gonna wait this bad guy. There we go. Stage number 6, here we go. This is the first mask, and for the second mask I need to wait until it appears on this box. There we go. Now I'm gonna try to don't lose them. We're getting close to the third mask. Okay, I got stuck. Here we go. I'm gonna move now to the stage number 9, which is the one that I should have go when I finished Hanging Height, but since I have lost my masks, I needed to go through the backup route to the backup stage. Okay, that was close to be a good joke. I was so close to die over there. And also thanks to the neutral slide jump we can reach some far parts like this one that I should have activated a switch in order to make that platform moves. But thanks to the neutral slide jump I don't need to do that. And also the good part of the invincibility is that it freezes some cycles. The cycles keep moving at the background, but they doesn't act if I am on this invincibility base. Okay, that was close also to be another good choke. And I have lost one mask, but it doesn't matter. I don't need to use the masks on the next stage, which is Magnet Run, the second stage with Coco, which is the Crash little sister, and at the same time this is the first game where you can play as Coco in some stages. Something that I need to mention about the original versions and the remastered versions of Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy, it's that on Insane Trilogy you can play also as Coco, and the stages that she wasn't intended to be played. But there are some differences because some stages like this one you can play it as Coco, but you can play them as Crash. And the other regular stages can be played as Coco but not as Crash, but the boss battles can just be played as Crash but not as Coco. There we go. Now it's time to move to stage number 8, which is Hawk Ride, and this is an exclusive Crash stage. Also on Insane Trilogy you cannot play this as Coco. And on this stage, this is a racing stage. Crash is gonna be on a motorbike, so in order to get the crystal you need to finish at first place. Something also different that I consider as something good in Insane Trilogy, mostly when you run the game, is that on this stage, if for some reason you don't get the first place, for example you get the second place, the game takes you out of the stage and moves you to the warp room. So you need to enter again to the stage, and that's a huge amount of lost time. But on the Insane Trilogy versions, if you don't get the first place, the game asks you if you wanna try again, and instead of getting out to the warp room and re-entering to the stage, you appear. Well, the stage just get restarted. Not a big deal. That's something cool that was added on Insane Trilogy. It's not available on the original release of the game. Second boss fight, Dingodile. Thanks to another technique, which is the slide, which is a mix of a slide with a jump and also with a spin, we can make some higher jumps and reach some parts. Like on this one, we can jump over these walls in order to defeat this bad guy faster, because the intended way is that he's gonna throw some fireballs outside, and then he's gonna slowly start to destroy these walls, and on that point you can access to where does he is in order to make a spin and defeat him. And second boss defeated. When I defeated the first one, I got a power up. That power up was just an I forgot the name. But the second one is a double jump. The first one it's just when you press the jumping button, then okay, I remember the name. The body slam. I'm gonna go through stage 12 since I just have one mask, and this is my backup stage. And well, the first power up was the powered body slam or super body slam that just makes that the body slam gets more, extend its range, mostly to destroy some boxes that can be destroyed just with the body slam. Okay, I'm gonna wait here. This stage just has one mask, or if I remember correctly, and also on these underwater stages there are just two. Fortunately this is the last one because these stages are annoying. If I should have entered with two masks and I reached the box with the third mask, the box shouldn't has been triggered. Instead of it, I should have got a question mark box with 10 Wumpas, because you cannot use invincibility on these underwater stages. I'm gonna wait. There we go. Let's be careful. There we go. Now I'm gonna move to double header, which is stage 15, and let's get some less RNGs, because there's a possibility that the game can crash. It's so rare, it never happened to me, but it can happen. So let's see if it doesn't crash, or at least just freeze sometime when we start the stage. There we go, it hasn't crashed, that was good. Something that I need to mention also is that in the Japanese release, this stage is not called double header. I forgot how it's called, but the reason of that is because the name of this stage is thanks to that enemy that is just available on this stage that has 2 heads. But in the Japanese release, that was modified and it just has one head. The reason of that is because Sony of Japan think that that should be something weird / creepy for the Japanese people, so they decide to modify it. And again, I don't have anything important to say here. I need to say that I need to focus because I don't want to choke. Wait, that was so close. I gotta drop the input. Stage 11, Dynamite, let's go! And again, this stage just has 1 mask. Usually the backup stages are the ones that you don't lose so much time if you don't get the invincibility base, and also the ones that has 1, 2 or 3 masks. So that's the reason why stage 12 was a backup stage I was forced to take, because usually I like to go through double header because the game can crash. And make some damage and you lose that little dinosaur, which is because that's more faster instead of waiting until crash leaves him. Okay, that was so close to a little fail that I was gonna take the bonus round. Stage starting, let's go! For personal reasons, it's just because I suck at this, I'm not gonna go through the invincibility mode on this stage. And thanks to that, that's the reason why I like to take this as a backup stage. But really, it isn't. Okay, that was so close to be a good choke. Okay, I activated the invisibility mode, but it's fine. I mean, I need to get used to this if I want to get better on the game. My actual PB it's 5207, world record's 4356, so you will wonder how much lost time did I have. But this is a marathon for fun, so I don't think that matters. Okay, that was something close to... I was gonna choke over there. Here we go. And now the very last stage of this war room, which is Road Crash, stage 14. Another racing stage. There are 3 of them for this category. And this is not the most longest, but it's the most annoying and also the most hard. Thanks to all the obstacles that we can find in all the stage. So I'm gonna try to focus in order to don't fail this, in order that I can get it. In order that I can make it. This is not good. I think I'm gonna reset the stage. So I got so distracted and Okay, I think I'm gonna reset the stage, but I'm gonna keep trying. Just in case that a miracle happens. Otherwise it's gonna be fine. I have 8 minutes. 8 extra minutes for big mistakes. Yeah, I'm gonna reset the stage. I'm not gonna make it, I'm gonna reset the stage. So in total we have 3 racing stages during this game, but this is not the most longest, but at the same time this can be the most annoying thanks to all the enemies that we can find and also the obstacles. So maybe I'm gonna I'm gonna try to keep quiet because I really need to focus in order that I can get this, in order that I can make it. Because if I fail it, I need to reset the stage, and if I reset it, I'm gonna lose a ton of time. There we go, first try. This was something good. Third boss fight, Nefarious Trophy, the guy who made this time travel machine. So here, this is not a glitch. Well, this is not like the glitch of the first boss fight. No, the music just gets delayed. The start of the music gets delayed. But at the same time, 3 patterns. This can be a bit RNG. Okay. First hit. First 1, 2. One, 2, 3. There we go, third boss defeated, and now we unlock the tornado spin. It's time to move. Start on this stage. Dum da da dum da da dum da 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 dum. So that's what the tornado spin does. And again, we're gonna freeze some cycles for a bit. It's gonna wait for the water. I'm gonna wait here, just for safety. Da-dum, da-da-da-dum. If I tell you guys that up to this point I have forgot my route, are you gonna believe me? Never mind, I remembered it. I have remembered it right now. So now we start with the risky stages that just a minimal mistake can cost a huge amount of time. And also for some reason that Akumask on this stage was forgotten on the remastered versions. Is that, or well, I haven't got luck and they never spawned to me. Okay, interesting. Now after this stage I'm gonna move to the stage 18 for the backup mask. Honestly, I don't know. You should give a try and check that. And I don't know why I have to go took my old route because it's supposed that I had should have moved to the left because that's more faster. Oh well, it's fine. Just time to remember the old days when I used to run this game on a PlayStation 3. And I have lost my extra mask. If the rest of the run keeps fine, maybe this can be a 54 or a 55. Stage 19, that's gonna be a bit slow since I'm not able to get invincibility mode. Just wait. It's fine because anyways the next stage is gonna equip me all my masks. So bye bye Flames, stage 17 and the last stage that we're gonna play as Coco. So after this we're gonna say goodbye to her. And this stage, Coco's gonna be on a plane and we need to shoot these flames. There are 7. They have a very high hitbox, so this shouldn't be a big problem. And also if that enemy shoots me, they're gonna quit me 1% per shoot, for 1% of my health, but that's not gonna be a big problem since there are some balloons that give me some health. So more close. I'm gonna catch it just in case. I'm not gonna need it, but just in case. There's another stage like this that I'm gonna play as Crash that it's gonna be more harder to beat. And I really need the health balloons. Hello? Thank you. Now it's time to say goodbye to Coco and move to the 4th boss of the game, which is Engine. So goodbye Coco, and now it's time to enter to this 4th boss fight that... Okay, sorry guys, I'm a liar. This is the real last stage with Coco and the only boss fight that where you can play as her. So Engine has 2 paces. It shouldn't be a big problem to beat this bad guy. Except for that. Well, I'm gonna make that he defeats me because I am so low in health and I don't wanna take some risks. Because I have aimed wrongly here. Okay. There we go. That's supposed that should happen. This first form's not a big deal, the problem starts here, with the second phase of this boss. Something fun that I need to say is that I was doing a Japanese wrong with the Japanese version and I got a crash here on this boss fight, and then playing on my PS2, and then a friend that was playing this game, the Japanese version casually in emulator, got the same crash on this boss fight. So maybe that crash is just a Japanese exclusive. And now I got the fruit bazooka that I'm gonna use in some stages. It's not required, but I'm just gonna take it for safety purposes and also to defeat some enemies and try to avoid problems. Now I'm gonna go through the stage 24, which is Mad Bombers, and now another flight stage that we're gonna play as Crash. And something curious is that on NSC you can play this stage also as Coco, but you can play as Crash. Bye bye Blimps. But now on this stage we have these planes, but the hitbox is now so reduced and the enemies makes you more damage. Instead of 1% of damage, they make you 4, and also they're more aggressive on this stage. So also at the same time I'm gonna try to avoid them, and at the same time I'm gonna try to shoot to them just to defeat them as fast as I can. Okay, game. There was one balloon over here. I'm gonna go through this balloon. I'm gonna try to do some barrel rolls in order to try to skip some of the bullets. Do a barrel roll! Okay. I'm gonna go through this balloon. Okay, that's good. Yeah, this stage is annoying. And I think that I have used all the health balloons. No, there's one left. Nope. No. Okay, this is so bad. This is so bad. Please don't die, Crash. Go for the last balloon. Try to bot that guy. No, try to avoid them. Try to avoid them. Don't watch them. Don't watch them. Don't watch them! Please, 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 please. Give me the balloon. 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 Okay, there we go. That's the last plane. Please don't fail. Don't fail. Don't fail. There we go. Now we need to go to a box slide. The reason why I go through this stage when I start the run, the warm room, sorry, it's because this stage, that stage also gives you all your masks, and in this stage we have 4 masks. So it's better to go through this stage. Or also you can start with this one and left mud bombers at the end, but it's better to start with mud bombers because it's an annoying stage. Here's the crystal. Okay, I have lost 1 mask. It's bad. Oh well. I'm gonna change my route again. I'm gonna go through Flaming Passion, stage 23, also known as Flaming Ass, because in that stage also I don't go through I don't go for the invincibility mode. Let's see if I don't lose my masks and I can get also the second one. It's some of the parts that I used. Wumpa, the fruit bazooka, or well, the Wumpa bazooka. Nah, never mind, I lost my max. Maybe invincibility on next stages. And while we wait, I use that. I wait until I reach this part just to jump, because sometimes the game doesn't recognize that you land there, and well, not just don't recognize it, but it can detect a fake hole and you can fall down and lose a life. So I prefer to do that more safely. Okay, that was bad. What? Nice body slam, Crash. Nice body slam. Wanna wait. Okay, this needs to be a very bad joke. Dum, da, da, da. Time to go to the only stage that I haven't beat it, which is orange asphalt, and also the last racing one. This is long than the previous ones, but it's not so hard as Road Crash. Nice out of bounds. It's gonna be like a 57. Pepsi for TV game. It's gonna be a 58. Now it's time to move to the last boss fight, and by default we're gonna lose the mask, and you're gonna see in a moment why. Because now the masks are gonna be fighting, so I also need to be careful, because if I get touched by the masks, something bad can happen. That's the first hit. It's time to go for the second. Cortex, please. Get on the hole. Last hit and last base, and the most interesting one. Also, as you have seen, when I get a power up, I press Dragon button and I'll just skip the text box. So when I skip the text box of the last power up I'm gonna get here, the time's gonna finish. So you're ready for time is because it's gonna happen in some second. And time. Well, combining this with my splits at last, that last boss fight was my only golden split during all the run, so this was good. So, well, this game has two endings. This is the bad ending since we just got the crystals. That, well, Cortex says that he needs to take a break, and Uka Uka tells us that we haven't beat them because we need to collect the gems and the relics. And well, when you get everything and you fight them, you get the real ending of the game. That is that the time machine gets destroyed, and then the villains disappear. So, following the rules of the game, talking about the timing, this was a 57:11, and that was fine, I should say. And well, with this I finish with all my runs scheduled for this marathon, but there's one last run that we're gonna see on Valuethon 5. That run is Chief, the Dark Project, run by Psychosis TV. I think that I have pronounced that correctly. So keep tuning, guys, because we are so close to the end of this marathon. But well, Yo Senpai is out. If you wanna follow me, my channel is twitch.tv/UnFantasmaMas. Also, I run Snow Brothers, Crash Bandicoot games, and a lot of different games that I'm trying to learn. Let's Switch Bridge 2, and also I run the community's favorite, Pepsi Man. Well, I snail run it, but that's another history. So well, see you guys, and peace.